gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings and of provinces. I gat me singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men, as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great, and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me, and whatsoever my eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor. And this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. So right here, he's speaking of all the things that he's doing, all the things that he's doing, and this is actually Solomon. This is actually Solomon speaking. These are all the things that he had done. He's saying, I've built vineyards, I've done this, I've done that. But all of this is vanity. All of this is worthless because it is things of the world. And so we aren't to take pride in the things that are of this world. If anything, we are to take goodness in the word of Yah. We're to take the goodness of the things that are of Yah and not the things that are of this world. And you notice that when he was doing all this, he said, I. You know, he didn't say, Yah gave me the opportunity to do this, or Yah gave me this, or Yah blessed me with that. Everything that Solomon had, even all the riches and things Solomon had, Yah gave them to him. And how did he obtain these things? Because he had wisdom. He said wisdom remained with him. And when you're wise, of course, you learn how to obtain these things because you have to have wisdom you have to have wisdom and understanding in order to obtain these things. But where does wisdom and understanding come from? It comes from Yah. And so that's what a lot of us, we take too much pride in the things that we have, but yet we don't take into account where it came from. We don't consider who it is that blessed us with all these things. We start to take self-love among ourselves. We start to take it amongst ourselves and say, well, I did this and I did that. And I'm on verse 11. I'm starting at verse 12. And it said, and the title of it is Wisdom is Vanity, but Better Than Folly. And it says, and I turn myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly, for what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which hath been already done. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happened to them all. Then said in my heart, as it happened to the fool, so it happened even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, that this also is vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever, seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man as the fool? Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me. And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity. Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity. Yet to a man that hath not labored therein shall leave it for his portion. This also is vanity and a great evil. For what hath man of all his labor, and a vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of Yah. For who can eat, or who else can hasten unto hereunto more than I. For Yah giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before Yah. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So everything that Solomon's saying that everything that he's done, everything that he's gathered, the things that he's done, that he's saying that he's built together with his hands, the things that he has gotten. And he said everything that he desired after, he got it. He took it. Everything that he wanted, he took it. And so he's saying that everything that he's gotten, that it was in vain, because all of these things are not greater than obtaining wisdom and then obtaining understanding from Yah. All these things, because they pass away, they're of no value. You can't take these things to the kingdom. When you have all these things, you can have all these things. Just imagine a person being a millionaire. Okay, they have all this money, they have all this wealth, all these materialistic things. But once they pass on, okay, if Yah takes their breath of life away like that, okay, where's all those riches going? Those riches are going to stay here, okay? And whoever else is going to take hold of them, the bank, whatever, somebody's going to take them, and he can't take that rich man or rich woman can't take it with them. It's material. It's vain. Everything that we have. That's why we shouldn't take so much pride in the things that we have. We shouldn't take pride in anything. If anything, you should be seeking to do more spiritual things, to seek the things that are righteous and not the things that are worthless. I wanted to read the definition of vanity that I got. And the definition of vanity is the quality of people who have too much pride in their appearance, abilities, achievements, etc. The quality of being vain. Something such as belief or a way of behaving, which shows that you have too much pride in yourself, your social status, etc. Something that is vain, empty, or valueless. The quality or fact of being vain. Inflated pride in oneself or one's appearance, conceit. And the synonyms are armor proper, big head, complacency, conceit, conceitedness, ego, egotism, pomposity, pompousness, pride, pridefulness, self-admiration, self-assumption, self-conceit, self-congratulation, self-importance, self-love, self-opinion, self-satisfaction, smugness, swellhead, vainglory, vainness. And the antonyms, I wanted to read those too, which is humbleness, humility, and modesty. So all the things that Solomon got, he took pride in that. He took pride in it. He took pride in everything that he had. He took self-admiration in it because he saw it as these are all the things that I obtained. These are all the things that I had. Everything that I seen that was desirous, I took it. But he started to realize that these things were vain. It was vanity. Everything that he had, it was vanity because it's something that he obtained. But he started realizing that it had no value. Everything that he had, there was no value. Everything that he obtained over his life, over the time of his life, it had no value in it. And so he began to realize that, man, everything that I have, it's not worth anything. You know, it's not worth anything. It's not greater than having wisdom alone. All these things aren't greater than having wisdom and understanding alone. And especially having Yah, having Yah, these things aren't more important, And so he started to realize this. He started to realize that none of this matters. None of this matters if you don't have Yah, if you don't have wisdom, if you don't have understanding. All of this doesn't matter. But he had wisdom, but yet he used it to obtain all of these things rather than to seek Yah, to seek the things that are of Yah. He used wisdom in the wrong way. He used wisdom to obtain all of these worthless things. And so he started to realize that, which means that he started to humble himself, because he realized that everything that he had, he used humbleness, because he started to realize everything he had, it was vain. It was in vain. Hallelujah. That's why I say a lot of times that the things of this world, that's why Yah stresses so much that we are to put away the former things of this world. We're to put away the things the things that don't matter, the things that are going to pass away, and seek the things that are righteous, seek the spiritual things, because it's not going to last forever. As much as some people would like to believe that everything that they have, they're going to live off of it for forever, it's not going to happen that way. All of these things are going to pass away. And if you can't learn to let them go, speaking to rich people as well, if you can't learn to let them go, you won't be able to make it into the kingdom, because you have to be willing to let go of these things and sacrifice these things and give them away. Because when people become rich and they become wealthy, they forget the commandments of Yah. They forget the laws of Yah, because they become prideful. They become full. They become big-headed, because they feel, I've got all these things. Nobody gave me these things. I did this. I. And they don't remember that it was Yah that brought you to this point in the first place. And it's Yah that can bring you down as well, if you don't acknowledge that he brought you where you are now in life. And so they start to get big-headed. But Yah will let you know, Yah will put it in you to see that, look, just as well as I gave you this, I can take it all from you. And that's where you have to learn how to humble yourself in a lot of cases. But it's not that case for the rich. The rich see that they've done all this on their own, and they don't need anybody. No one helped them. No one helped them obtain this. Not even the Most High. And so that's why that day is going to come when all of these things are going to be passed away. And nobody's going to be rich. Nobody's going to say, I'm rich and I got this, because we're all going to be on the same level. Nobody's going to have anything. Only one that we're going to have is Yah and each other. And so you have to learn right now to be able to put aside the things that are of this world, the things that don't matter. Because yes, there's a lot of things that are beautiful in this world, a lot of things that you may like, a lot of things that you may take interest in, but don't desire these things more than Yah. Don't start to put your all in these things. Don't start to get big-headed if you start to get to a certain status in your life where you feel as if you're better than everybody, because you're not. And so Yah will break you down and humble you. And it sounds like that's what he did with Solomon. Start to realize that everything he had was in vain. Everything that he got was in vain. It was all vanity, And so we have to realize that all these things that we hold dearly to is vanity. It's vanity. Seeking materialistic things, taking pride in how you dress, taking pride in how your house look, how much expensive furniture you have, how nice your carpets look, how big of a TV you have. Okay, it's all vanity. It's all worthless. Okay, it's all worthless. These are all materialistic things, and we shouldn't take pride in any of it, because it's soon going to pass away. And the next scripture that I wanted to read is in Psalms. It's Psalms chapter 119, verses 33 through 37. Psalms chapter 119, verses 33 through 37. And it says, Teach me, O Yah, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law. Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not to covetousness. Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way. Establish thy word unto thy servant who is devoted to thy fear. Turn away my reproach, which I fear, for thy judgments are good. Behold, I have longed after thy precepts, Quicken me in thy righteousness.